Hello, my name is Cameron Hayes, and I'll be doing my performance for you on my senior individual performance, Watch What You Call Me. My brothers and my sisters, today I want to speak from the topic very briefly, watch what you call me. Throughout American history, Brother Deacon, different people groups have garnered different names. The white race has become the right race, the brown race has become the stick around race, and the black race, well, what has become of the black race? Well, my brothers and my sisters, I come to tell you today that the black race has become the nigger race. Now, I know what I just said may ruffle a couple of feathers, but why is that the case? Well, some people argue and believe that no one can say, yeah, the N-word nigger, but others believe only black people can say it. The question now lies, who is right? Well, in addressing this term, one must understand what it means when it is said. When white people say it, when non-black people say it, it's a term of degradation. When black people say it, it's a term of strength. Now, you all, why is there a difference? Well, white ideas of blackness or what it means to be a nigger remained verbal in that word until the 1840s when minstrel shows, quote, became common from New York to the western frontier, end quote. These shows would be acted out by white men who personified white ideas of blackness or what it was to be a nigger. Yeah, these shows would have these ideas of a cityfied dandy who was, quote, easily recognized in exaggerated clothes, gaudy shirts, striped pants, spats. He was a high-stepping strutter with a mismatched vocabulary, end quote. There was also the, quote, slow-thinking, slow-moving country and plantation darky. My brothers and my sisters, these characters, along with others, were prevalent parts of minstrel shows, and these shows show forth, quote, stereotypes that were so familiar that very few people had any notion they degraded black Americans. Most people thought these caricatures were simply funny. These caricatures that were simply funny and that, quote, degraded black Americans was our first form of a national popular entertainment. This entertainment features niggas doing what niggas do. In some shows, the interactions between the niggas would put plantation societies in the South on a pedestal via the songs that the actors would sing. These white people acting out what it meant to be a nigger would sing songs, quote, full of real Negro atmosphere, like Stephen Foster, yeah, Sister Williams' song, Masters in the Cold, Cold Ground. It went something like this, Brother Johnny. Masters in the cold, cold ground. Master make the darkies love him, because he was so kind. Now they sadly weep above him, mourning because he leave them behind. Now, the slaves of Foster songs are weeping not because, yeah, a life that was already hell was made worse when their master died, putting the hands and the lives of slaves and all those in the hands of creditors and family members, people in society who wanted them. No, the slaves did not weep for that. According to Stephen Foster's songs and minstrel shows, these niggas cried because they loved their master, the man who put them out on fields to pick cotton and do sugarcane and rice and all other kinds of things. They mourned over him because he was kind. The niggas in Foster songs were subservient. Where else, excuse me, did white people and white ideas of niggas show subservience? Well, let's look in the children's rhymes like eeny, meeny, miny, mo. I know y'all know the rhyme. It goes something like this: eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Catch a nigga by the toe. If he hollers, let him go. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. This rhyme that we teach to our children in a different way shows that black people to white children are nothing more than an animal. Yeah, they're to be caught by toes, but if they holler, you let them leave. Then you have the other rhyme that I find shocking, yeah, sister. I find it shocking when it says, teacher, teacher, don't whip me. Whip that nigga behind the tree. He stole honey and I stole money. Teacher, teacher, wasn't that funny? This rhyme, my brothers and my sisters, shows that to white people, black folks were their scapegoats. Black people were funny not because they were comedians, but because they were seen as improper, animalesque people, if you will. The niggas loved slavery. White entertainment niggas, yeah, was the love child of all anti-black organizations. The Klan smiled when they saw nigga. The Proud Boys laughed when they saw the white nigga. The white nigga is the reason why the NAACP argues against the use of it. That's why the NAACP had a march against the N-word. And one of the people at the marches said, people tend to use this word without thinking about it. But this word is negative regardless of who uses it. That's why he said it, because the N-word, the nigga of white entertainment, was not strong. He was subservient. He was doing exactly what Don Lemon believes people who use the N-word do. Acting like a nigga. But my brothers and my sisters, black entertainment of the late 60s and the early 70s was the creation, was the place where the new meaning of the N-word was created. How can you say that, brother preacher? Well, I can say that in this sense. Let's look at a movie franchise from 1972 to 1974. There was a movie series with the title and with the name Nigga in it. The title, one famous example of this movie was Boss Nigga. Boss Nigga is a movie where these two black bounty hunters ride into the city in the wild, wild west, in which Boss Nigga takes control of the white town. His introduction goes something like this: black man in a white man's town, get in his way, he's gonna cut you down, he's taking over. To open the film, my brothers and my sisters, a black man is taking over a white man's town. This is something new, yet the novelty does not end there. The second portion of the first verse tells the listener that this nigga is no longer scared of white people. This nigga is so bad that they, quote, call him boss. They call him boss nigga, end quote. This is defiance. Boss nigga is defiance to the status quo. All people, even white men with money, had to call the nigga boss. Unlike the white ignorant nigga, this nigga is so strong. He's like a lion, king of all the ground he treads on. He's so bad and he's so boss, he's so powerful that he makes a white man who calls him a nigga, he says he either have two choices. Either 2 days in jail or a $20 fine. This nigga is so bad that they call him boss. Boss nigga, this boss nigga that we see in the film Boss Nigga from 72 to 74 gets shown back in 78, where Richard Pryor is having a comedy sketch. He's having one of his shows where one of the audience members yells out an audible phrase. But Pryor then asks the crowd to calm down, my brothers, calm down, my sisters, and he asks her to say it again. Then she says, preach, nigga, preach. Then Pryor takes that not with hurt or not with anger. He says, thank you, dear, thank you, dear. Why, my brothers and my sisters, is Pryor, Richard Pryor, the same comedian who in 1975 almost killed Chevy Chase in the SNL skit, in the Racist Word Association skit? Why is this Pryor going on and saying thank you when a black woman calls him the N-word? How could it be? Well, it's this way because Richard Pryor understood, like many black folks today understand, that when black people say nigga, they, like Richard Pryor, understand it's a word of affection. Yeah, when the word falls fresh on black ears from black lips, it gives people a sense of power. It is one of the few things that were made by black people, preserved by black people, and is yet only for black usage. Yeah, when a nigga is said by a black person, it does not mean that you are a person content with slavery. It does not mean that you are animalesque. It does not mean, no, my brother, it does not mean that you are somebody who is okay with subservience. Quite contrary, it means you're strong. It means you're powerful. It means you have something inside of you. So, my black brother, you call me nigga. My black sister, you can call me a nigga. But white man, non-black man, woman, boy, or girl, I have one thing to tell you, children. Watch what you call me.